Welcome to another Innovakids video for student tutoring. This particular video is specifically connected to reading and the integration of the reading theory website into Innovakids and how it's used. This is from the student perspective. So first thing we're going to do is you'll notice here that we're logged in as a different user. We're actually logged in as Mother Teresa, who's been assigned to 5th grade, and she's been assigned only to the reading silver level class. And so when she logs in, she only gets that particular class, and we're going to click the silver level class for her. And we're going to come down here and notice that in this class she has vocabulary words um, because there's a series of lessons in this class. This is the unit Introduction Reading Unit, and this is the first unit that's assigned to students in the silver level. You'll notice that the very first lesson assigned to her is the reading theory assessment. What we do with students who are first starting in the reading class is we put them through an assessment that automatically gives a Lexile level and a grade reading level based on various different elements from comprehension to various other reading requirements. So let's go down here. You'll notice she also has a couple other lessons. One is there's a reading lesson on global warming, and then there's also a reading theory lesson 1. And again, this goes to reading theory. So some of the lessons are exactly like the other lessons in Innovakids, where you have to read a concept and then maybe watch a video and then answer some comprehension questions or grammar questions. And then some of the lessons in the reading class are going to be pulling up reading theory lessons where the student is progressing at their own rate. They still get a grade, but students are all reading at different levels, so the assessment assigns them that level, and then the reading theory program will automatically assign them reading activities related to the level that they're at, constantly attempting to progress their reading level up by challenging them within each lesson a little bit more. You'll notice when we come down here, there's a lesson on Juneteenth. There's also a spelling unit, and then Julio and Big Adventura. And then at the end of the week, we have the introduction reading 1 exam, just like everything else. You'll notice at the bottom of the exam, you'll see a little gold coin. That means if they achieve a 100%, they get the gold coin. And again, with all rewards, each of these lessons, depending on their level of difficulty, will reward them with a certain amount of class dollars. So when they log into the reading theory, they do the assessment. Again, they're going to click View Lesson, and it immediately takes them to the lesson. You're going to notice there's no video, there's no activity. It just takes them right into begin the lesson. And when they hit that begin lesson, it's going to automatically bring them in so they can log into the reading theory. Okay. And the reading theory lesson allows them to log into their particular account. So when you click login, it'll automatically bring them in to the theory using their ID. So when you come into the system, you'll see that it starts to log in automatically. You give it a few seconds and it'll pop up. If it's a brand new student, you'll notice that it knows that you're new and it needs to begin the assessment. So to begin, you'll need to answer 8 questions to the best of your ability. This takes about 20 minutes, and the questions will change in difficulty based on your answer. So you must complete this independently. The pretest must be completed in one sitting. So when you're ready to go, you just simply hit the I'm ready button. Now, what's going to happen is it's the reading theory is going to walk you through various statements. Now, if a child is, let's say, third grade or reading at a second grade level, you're going to find that the very first section is probably too difficult for them and they won't be able to answer the question. So they'll get it wrong. And this reading theory will automatically assign them an easier reading passage and then an easier reading question. They don't want to cheat here. They don't need any help. Any help will destroy the results. So the student will automatically read this and then answer the question. So do the narrator's feelings change during this passage? And they need to select one of these and then hit submit. Then it says, okay, let's go to the next one. They're going to read another passage based on their answer, and they're going to hit submit. And again, they're going to move forward. The system doesn't necessarily, during this part, tell them they're right or wrong. It just says, okay, you got it. And it allows you to move forward. Actually, it says, okay, got it. So it doesn't judge the child based on what they've answered. And you can see here I'm randomly just grabbing anything and putting it in to show you how this is going to work. And then they're going to move forward here. They're going to move forward here. And then they're going to get to their last question and where it's going to do the scoring. So the pretest is complete, and it roughly knows what level to place the student, and then they enter into the very first assignment based on their grade level. And you'll see here that based on what we answered, it said they're reading at a grade level 2, a 350 lexicon. And it'll continue to keep them at this level until they start answering questions correctly, and then it'll move their reading level up. This particular program does go all the way down to K through high school, so there's a lot of advantages. There is a button up here at the top, which is my progress report. You can see there's no data available yet because they have to complete their first lesson. There is written assignments as well, and then they can go back to the first image that takes them back to their reading level. And the way Innovakids works is when you have an assignment, you need to complete that level. So the very first assignment was to complete the pretest. Now, if a student has more time, they complete it quickly, and they want to start their actual first reading lesson, they can jump right into it until the time's up, or they can, at this point, come down here and click next question, and it'll take them out of the reading theory assessment, and they can click go, and then it'll automatically show that that particular assignment has been completed, and it'll move them on to the next one. Now, the reading assessment is not graded in Innovakids. So after you finish a lesson, you're going to notice that it immediately takes you to the progress report showing how that lesson grade affects your overall grade. They can print a progress report here and email it to their parents or just print it out. But you'll notice if an assignment is not graded, it doesn't show up on the progress report. So the assessment is purely just to allow the students to find their placement in reading. So that's reading lessons. You'll also notice that when you come back to the class, that one is completed and they can move on to the next level. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.